was about a 4-point game with about 4:30 left in the third, and then they were able to pull away entering the fourth. What did you kind of see the difference over that stretch that allowed them to gain such separation?
I think we just paid a little bit more attention to detail. I think in that span we didn't commit as many fouls. You know, it was just tough, honestly. Most of the game guarding Joel, being aggressive without fouling. That was the game plan going in. Um, but we committed a couple silly fouls. But in that stretch, I think we did a really good job of locking into the game plan. But at the end of the day, it's still hard because you want to be aggressive, you want to play hard, but um, he's a guy who's mastered drawing fouls. So.
69 bench points tonight for you guys. When it comes to in the playoffs, how is that going to be a factor that allows you to get a little bit deeper?
It's going to play a huge part. In the play, I've never played in the playoffs, but from what I've seen and talking to other players who've played in it, every little bit helps. And to be able to have a unit that can come off the bench and put up as many points as 69, I think that gives that team a really good shot at winning that game. And then it allows you to mix up the ending unit in games. So I think it's like really good that we have versatility from the starters and the guys coming off the bench.
Obviously, Joel is Joel. He's the MVP for a reason. But that's a team that you guys could potentially match up with in the playoffs. It's a team that's kind of where you want to go. What lessons can you maybe learn from how they approached a game like this and the way that they attacked you guys?
They kept it simple. When something worked for them, they went back to it and they exhausted it until we stopped it, and then they went to something else. I think with them being such a veteran team, they pay really good attention to the small details, understanding where guys like to drive, where guys like to get their shots. Like, for example, weekend, Joe Ingles in pick and rolls, making him use his right hand. Just little things like that shows, how good of a team they are as a unit. And then at the end of the day, they have Joel, and Joel, he's Joel. So, yeah.
Wendell, I asked you after the Atlanta game about your confidence of that first game back, really coming back off an injury. You said you felt like you were getting your swagger back, and now back-to-back great games. Mm-hmm. What are you kind of seeing from yourself offensively and kind of the way your teammates are setting you up right now?
Honestly, I'm not really surprised in myself. I know what I'm capable of. So just to be back out there, is really, really good. I just find joy in just that, and whatever else happens. My teammates are finding me in my sweet spots, and I'm making my shots, shooting with confidence, make or miss. I'll shoot them over and over until, whatever the results is. That's one of the things that we preach in the locker room is process over results. We get good shots, we shoot them, make or miss. We're not trying to miss any shots. So, my work has just been showing in these last 3 games. So, just hopefully I can I will continue that for the next couple of games.
And you guys had 16 turnovers tonight. I wanted to ask you, what's your message as a player, as a teammate to your other fellow teammates? How to correct that issue, kind of how to work together, solve that issue from Coach Mosley, and what you guys hear from your assistant coaches. What do you do to kind of help in that situation?
We got to keep it. We got to keep it simple. I think sometimes we speed ourselves up so much to the point where we feel like we got to make a home run play. Sometimes it's the simple bounce pass, the simple one more instead of, trying to skip it across court or trying to make a tough pocket pass. It's just about just keeping the game simple. You look at the 76ers of the world or the Celtics of the world, there's nothing crazy that they're doing out there. They just exhaust the simple. And I think that's something that we got to do a better job at continuing to do, not getting bored with what's working.
Wendell, how does playing Joel make you a better player, and does it prepare you better for other matchups you're going to face down the line, like with Bam on Sunday?
He's unique in his own way. Like I was saying earlier, you want to play aggressive, but you can't play too aggressive. You got to pick and choose when you can be aggressive. So Joel is a unique guard, a unique person to guard. Outside of Joel, it's with Bam and Jokic's of the world, like they're all kind of different in their own way, but it's just about going in each game knowing their strengths and weaknesses and just attacking those things. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier, just exhausting the simple. You know, we living with tough twos. You know, that's something that we went into this game saying. So, not trying to take them away, but make them as tough as we possibly can, and we live with the results.
And I know you've been out for a little while, just getting back into the swing of things. But how does this team fight? You know, maybe some of the frustration that this kind of losing stretch, this last month and a half, this last month and a half.
Say that question.
How do you kind of fight some of the frustration after the hot start? I know you're out for a lot of it, but how does this team fight some of the frustration, kind of get back to what you guys know you're capable of doing?
Honestly, we got to keep things in perspective. Like, we look at where we were last year to today. I mean, it's night and day. You know, we're above 500. You know, we got to look at some of the positives in this. Like, of course, we want to win some of these games. Of course, like the Hawks game and the late games where we could have made one or two adjustments and could have won those games. But we got to keep a lot of things in perspective. Like last year, we was at the bottom of the East. You know, just trying to fight into getting into the play-in. But we're above 500, and we're not satisfied, but we also have to keep things in perspective where we're not hanging our head and thinking that it's going to be another thing like last year. You know, as we continue to stay positive and continue to work hard, I think everything will work out as we did while I was out.
Hey, Wendell, game ended about 30 minutes ago. 25 minutes ago, Pat Bev tweeted belt to ass. Obviously, he's talked about you guys in the past. Is that something that pisses you guys off? Do you guys not pay attention to it? You know, how does that?
I mean, to be quite honest with you, no one's really worried about Patrick. I mean, a 5-point game, like, what did you I don't understand how he affected the game, but that's what he does. You know, he's trying to get us to buy into his online antics. You know, he's just doing a lot right now. And I guess that's his angle he's trying to take now. He's towards the end of his career. So, I mean, kudos to him, I guess. He did a good job tonight.